I can't believe I have to say this, but Palestinian people are not disposable. The cries of the Palestinian and Israeli children sound no different to me. Why? What I don't understand is why the cries of Palestinians sound different to you all.
So that from Tuesday, just yesterday, Rashida Tlaib, her parents were born in the West Bank. She was born in Detroit, Michigan, and the House has now voted overwhelmingly to censure the only Palestinian-American congresswoman over her anti-Israeli comments. Our next guest, a Democrat who joined Republicans in a rare rebuke, Schneider with me now. And sir, good morning to you. So all Republicans, 22 Democrats, go ahead and explain to us. You're Jewish, right? And you voted to censure her. Go ahead, sir.
So, we hear the voices of people in Gaza and Israel, the civilians who are always caught in the middle of a war. And we're doing everything we can. I spent an hour on the phone, almost an hour on the phone with the Egyptian ambassador saying we need to get safe zones and aid into southern Gaza to take care of the civilians who are caught in the middle. But here's the thing. Hamas started a war on October 7th with an invasion, murdering, slaughtering, raping, torturing more than 1,400 Israelis, taking more than 240 people captive and holding them hostage inside Gaza. As long as Hamas controls Gaza, there will not be peace for Palestinians or Israelis. And that's why Israel is taking the actions it is to defend itself, to secure its borders, protect its citizens, and rescue its hostages. When Representative Tlaib uses language like from the river to the sea, that is not coded language. It was the chant, the rallying cry of the PLO in 1964 before Israel took control of the West Bank and Gaza. It was the rallying cry, and still is today, of Hamas. It's calling for the destruction of the state of Israel and the murder of Jews. And so when a colleague, we're elected representatives, we have an expectation to measure our words, to be considerate, and to think about what we say, and when we make mistakes, to stand up and correct them. And when a colleague refuses to do that, and is throwing gasoline on a fire, that needs to be countered and addressed, and the record needs to be corrected. And this was the forum to do so.
I understand the point you're making there. That river to the sea comment that she made, she tried to clarify. You're talking about the Jordan River to the Eastern Mediterranean Sea, right, which would be all of Israel. She said, from the river to the sea is an aspirational call for freedom, human rights, and peaceful coexistence, not death, destruction, or hate. My work in advocacy is always centered in justice and dignity for all people, no matter faith or ethnicity. Clearly, based on your vote, you don't believe her.
Well, I'm not going to question her intention or desire for peace, but the statement from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, is a rallying cry. It is an aspirational rallying cry, an aspiration for the destruction of the state of Israel. It has been that way for more than 50 years. And that's why to use it cavalierly, to put it on a video, to put it out in the world, to put it on social media where she gets millions of people to see her interpretation, she doesn't interpret it for Hamas. Hamas says it very clearly. They want to destroy Israel, and their actions back up their words. We saw it on October 7th, and Hamas leaders have said what they did on October 7th, they would do over and over again. That's why it's so important that Israel defeat Hamas, eliminate their ability to control Gaza. And then after that, let's give the Palestinians in Gaza the chance to build their own communities, to build an area that is going to be free of terrorism, free of the control of Hamas, but building schools, hospitals, industry, lifting up the lives of Palestinian people.
You're right about that. You know, Hamas had its chance, right? I mean, 17 years they ruled the Strip. Here are two Democrats who disagree with you, some strongly. Watch.
I rise in opposition to this censure resolution that is blatantly Islamophobic, anti-democratic, and an utter waste of time. This resolution is as dishonest as it is unproductive.
The resolution offered against the gentlewoman from Michigan is all about censuring her for her political speech, and literally nothing else.
Sir, final question. I've got about 30 seconds. This issue is dividing your party. Can you resolve this?
No, I think we can certainly resolve this. The issue is, we all stand, I think everyone in Congress believes in free speech. But free speech as a representative, as an elected official, carries responsibility, and it can't go without refutation. And from the river to the sea is a call for genocide and the murder of Jews. As simple as that.
Will you talk to her?
I'll talk to anybody.
If you do, we'd like to have you come back. And we'll continue the conversation then. Thank you, sir. Brad Schneider, Democrat from Illinois. Thank you for your time.